NFL schedule was released. And you know what that means. We're officially starting the countdown to NFL football. I don't care about preseason. I don't care about the Hall of Fame game. I want week 1. We all want week 1. And I'm going to start my extremely premature Super Bowl tier list if it only had to do with the quarterback. I'm looking at quarterbacks on these teams, these 9 teams, and I'm giving you 3 tiers. Tier 1, who I think is a lock for the Super Bowl, who I think is fully capable to bring your team to the Super Bowl with ease. Tier 2, great quarterbacks. Great quarterbacks, but have they shown enough to go out there and carry your team alone to a Super Bowl? No, but I think they got potential to do it this year. Tier 3, some surprises. I'll be honest, we got some surprises, but I still think they got a chance to do it. I still think there's a glimmer of hope for some of these players to lead their team to a Super Bowl. Maybe some have done it in each one of these tiers. Maybe they haven't. I'm just saying there's a chance they're going to carry them to a Super Bowl this year. So let's just start it out with tier 1. Let's start it out with that, all right? Who do you think I'm going to say for the number 1 spot? Who do you think? Should be obvious. It's the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has done it over and over and over again. I mean, he cannot be stopped. When you think he can't do it, he's gonna do it. Last year, no one expected him to go to a Super Bowl. I didn't even know if they were going to make it to the AFC Championship. And they win it. They win the whole thing. How? Patrick Mahomes, his best receiver was a rookie. And now he's going to go without him for a few games or more, maybe a whole season. But I'm still convinced there's a chance. He's still got Isaiah Pacheco. He still has Travis Kelce, a.k.a. Taylor Swift's boyfriend, who hasn't been playing well at all. But I'm saying there's still a chance, and it's very likely they go back to the Super Bowl. Number 2, they fell short last year. They have a much tougher schedule this year. But this man just got paid. He's looking up. He's about to carry his team to a Super Bowl. He did it to the playoffs, their first playoffs in forever. It's the Detroit Lions. It's Jared Goff. I don't care how you guys feel about Jared Goff, all right? I don't. One pride, all right? Lions country all the way. I bleed blue. I ride or die with the Lions. I don't care if you see the Chicago Bulls banner in the background. I don't care about the Bears, all right? I'm rocking with the Lions. This team's amazing. Jared Goff is the best thing that happened to the Detroit Lions in the history of that organization, and they might just win their first Super Bowl this year. What weapons does Patrick Mahomes have? None. I said that last year too, and they won. They don't have any weapons. I don't care. Third team, it's going to come as a shock to some people. And I know a lot of you people are going to disagree with this third team. Oh, he's 40 years old. No. He doesn't have the team for that. He's got one good receiver. He's got no offensive line. He's playing on one leg. Aaron Rodgers has proved time and time again that he's capable of bringing a terrible team to the NFC Championship. He's also proved time and time again that he's going to fall short. So, that's why he's in the third spot. Right behind the Chiefs. Just like he's going to be this year in the AFC Championship game. He's going to fall short. That's why he's at the third spot. You already know that. Let's move on to the second tier. But you know what? Before we move into the second tier, why don't we just help each other out? I'll give you my tier 2. You give me a like. You give me a subscription if you're new. Subscribe to the channel. Help us build this channel from the ground up. Let's make it happen. All right? If we really look at the second tier, who do you think I'm going to say is the first spot in this? What team am I missing out on? Who's arguably the second best quarterback in the league? Who is the coldest, the best dressed player in the NFL. It's Joe Burrow. It's the Cincinnati Bengals. Their defense is getting a little dismantled. They still have a great offensive line. They still have a few weapons. Joe Burrow is still there. Maybe if he actually plays in the preseason this year, he won't choke the first half of the season away. He won't pull a tendon or whatever he did to his leg last year, a calf strain for 6 weeks. Okay, I'll believe that. I think he's one of the most talented and yet one of the dumbest quarterbacks. Why wouldn't you stretch? Why wouldn't you warm up? I don't know. It's what the Bengals do, I guess. Now, they're the third best team in the AFC, in my opinion. Maybe a lot of you guys are saying, where are the Bills? I don't know. I'm not going to mess up the rest of the list for you guys, but I don't know if they'll even be on the list. They're not a good team. Let's move on to the second team in Tier 2. He went up against arguably the best team in the NFC last year in the playoffs. Obviously, you're going to fall short to him. It's the Los Angeles Rams in Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford leaves the Lions unchained. Goes to the Rams, wins a Super Bowl the first year. You're expecting me to not put this man on the list? They have a young defense. They have a young team now. They've drafted out of this world in past couple years. They have no draft picks, and yet we're letting them rebuild a super team. What are we doing? There's a reason they're the second NFC team on this list. They might be able to beat the Lions. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm terrified. I was terrified last year, and I have every right to be terrified again. And you know what? The NFC's pretty terrible, so for this last spot in Tier 2, let's move back to the AFC. You already know who I'm going to say. It's the No, I'm just kidding. It is the Baltimore Ravens, not the Buffalo Bills. Maybe in Tier 3, guys. Maybe in Tier 3. Lamar Jackson, I used to think he was bad. I did. I thought it was a fraudulent MVP. Not last time, but the first one he has. I did not think he was the guy. But with the lack of people he has on his teams and the lack of weapons besides Mark Andrews, and him still being able to actually make things happen for this Baltimore team, it's hard to say they aren't on this list. They don't have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. They do. Now they have a run game with Derrick Henry. They've had a run game with Lamar. You don't know who's going to get the ball each play. It's going to be a scary offense. I honestly think they're going to win their division over the Bengals. I just don't think they're made for playoff ball. They don't have a chance. We'll see, but I really don't think they have a chance. They have a good defense. They got a good offense, but something about Harbaugh, man. Something about Harbaugh. But let's just move on to Tier 3. Tier 3, man. You guys are going to hate me. We're moving back to the NFC. Who do you think I'm going to say? Do you think I'm going to say the Cowboys? It's too original. Maybe we'll meander over to the Eagles. Ooh, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. You think I'm going to say him? I'll tell you right now, he's not on this list. No. I'm going to go right down to Atlanta, where Kirk Cousins has a fire lit under his ass. And I'm going to say they have a chance to make the Super Bowl this year. A big chance? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. That's why they're in Tier 3. I realistically think there's two teams that have a big chance. Atlanta is not one of them. All right? I'll tell you that much. Great defense. I take that back immediately. Didn't even sound good coming out of the mouth. All right? They have an okay defense. They have an all right offensive line. They got some weapons. That's all Kirk Cousins needs. You give him a stroller, give him a football in one leg, he's going to be slinging that ball. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. Now, let's go over to a place in California. It's a very not nice city, but they got a great football team. They really do. They got a great football team, and it's the San Francisco 49ers. But Brock Purdy, let's be real. Let's be real. This is a quarterback tier list with who's going to make the Super Bowl, but if the 49ers were not that good, they didn't have all the great players they have, Brock Purdy would not have made this list. No, he would not have. I would have slid the Cowboys right into that third tier. They would have been there. Matter of fact, we're knocking the 49ers right off this list. They don't deserve to be in the tier list. Cowboys are back. They're all the way back. The gears are turning right now. I'm feeling like a Cowboys fan. I think they might get promoted to tier... I was going to say tier 2. I'm going full-blown Cowboys fan. I'm thinking tier 1. Let me calm down. Let's put him on the list at tier 3. Dak Prescott's that guy. All right? Mike McCarthy, everyone hates him. He's a good coach. Their defense looked terrible last year. No one's going to talk about that. No one's going to talk about it. Their defense looked god-awful. And somehow that's the coach getting all the praise. I have no idea. The Cowboys are on the list. They bumped the 49ers off, but we still have one more team. We still got a team. Should I just move the 49ers down right there? Should I do that? No. There's a team. There's a team that I'm thinking right now. They have not been good. They have not been good in the past. Not at all. I looked at their schedule today, though. I saw the strength of schedule. Their strength of schedule is terrible. I'll tell you what, all right? This team, they're going to be great. I think this year, for the first time, they're going to be making the playoffs in a long time. And I think you're thinking of exactly who I'm thinking. Because this quarterback might just change their franchise's history. It's Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears are making history. They're going to do it. They're going to go to the playoffs. They're going to win a game or two. They're on this tier list for a reason. It's because I think their quarterback has a chance to bring them to a Super Bowl this year. This year. Do I think it's likely? No. But they still have a chance. Their receivers look great. Their offensive line looks a lot better than average for most teams, and their defense was a top defense in the second half of the season. You tell me what the issue is, why they can't make a Super Bowl. Is Caleb Williams going to be that bad? You surrounded your quarterback with a good team on both sides of the ball, and rookie Super Bowl might be inbound. We'll see.